Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we will see how the Shopify GraphQL Admin API works. So we will try to make some API calls by using their documentation. Okay, the first thing we need to authenticate our request. All the GraphQL Admin API requests require a valid Shopify access token. So if you use the Shopify client library, then this will be done for you. So if you are using the client libraries, you don't have to put the Shopify access token, but we are making the API calls through Postman. We need Shopify access token. So first we will create the Shopify access token, then we will make the API calls. To create the access token, go to your store and click on settings, and then click on apps, and then click on develop apps and build apps in dev dashboard. Once you click that, it will take you to the Shopify dev dashboard. Then click on the create app and name the app GraphQL API GraphQL API. So you can name it anything. I just name it GraphQL API. And once the app is created, you need to define the scopes. For the scopes, click on the select scopes and you can select as many scopes as you needed. So in my case, I need read products. So I will read and write products, then customers, and then orders, and finally we need the inventory. So I need access to these endpoints. There are different APIs like storefront API, customers API. We will be using only admin API so we can interact with the Shopify admin. Once you select the scopes, click done and then release the version. Version name, if you would like to give the name of this version, otherwise leave that blank. Okay, then once you create the version, go to the GraphQL admin API dev dashboard and click on install, and it will ask you where you would like to install the app. In my case, I will select Wixu Checkout, which is my store name, and I click on the install. It is asking me the permission to view and edit store data for the customer products, and you can see all the permission it is asking. I will click on install and it will install the app in my store. Now I can make the API call to grab the access token. Okay, so for access token, you need to make the API call in the Postman. That will be the post request, and you need to send this request at your store name.myshopify.com/admin/oauth/access token. So this will be the endpoint where you will be making the post request, and along with you will be sending some parameters like grant type. Grant type will be client credentials and client ID and the client secret. So from where you can get the client ID and client secret, you can grab that from the app you have just created in the dev dashboard. Click on the settings and then copy the client ID and go back to your Postman and paste that over here. Similarly, copy the client secret and paste that over here. Now we have all the required fields. So if you click on send, it will give you the fresh Shopify access token. As many as time you send the request, it will return you a new Shopify access token. with the scopes, write customer, read and write customer, read and write inventory, and read and write orders, and read and write products. Okay, so you can copy this, and now we can make the API calls in our store. So for that, let's go back to the GraphQL and click on the products. And first we will query the product. We will fetch the data. And once we fetch the data, then we will send the data to our store. First, let's say how we can grab the products from our store. So this is a simple GraphQL query to fetch first 10 products. And we need to make this API call. Let me duplicate this window, and if I go to the authentication, and you will be sending a request at this point. Copy this and paste that over here in the postman. Let's make a new request, and that will be post request. In the GraphQL, you always be making post requests, no matter you are querying the data or you are doing the mutation. If you are fetching the data or sending the data, request will be always post. Okay, the store name, you need to give the store name. Our store name is wixocheckout.myshopify.com/admin/API, then 2026-4. This is the version of the API, and finally GraphQL JSON, where you will be sending the request. Okay, that will be post request. So how you can grab this my store and myshopify.com? You can go to your store and go to the settings. And once you go to the settings, you can see this on right left side. You can copy this and you can paste that over here, and then /admin/API/API version and GraphQL. Yes. Now, if we go back to the documentation, we need to send access token as a header, in the header, to make all the GraphQL query. Go to the headers and put the access token this, and content type would be application JSON access token. We have already created the access token. Let's copy this one and paste that over here. Okay, now we need to send body. In the body, we are sending the GraphQL query. You can send the JSON, whatever you need, but in our case, we are sending the GraphQL query. Let's copy that query from here. This is the query, and it will fetch first 10 products from our store. Query get products, first 10 products, nodes. In the nodes, we need the ID and the title of the product. If you need more field, you can type those fields. Let's say handle of the product, type of the product, or tags of the product, whatever you need. You can type the name of those fields and click on the send, and you will be able to receive the first 10 products from your store. So we have the ID, title, handle, tags, all the fields, all the products are coming over here, and this is how you can make the API call. So if you need only first one product, just change the value and you will be able to fetch only first product. Okay. Next, we are going to make the mutation, how we can add the product into our Shopify store. So go back to the documentation and close the query. This time we are doing the mutations. So in the mutations, go down and find the product create. This one is the product create, to create the product. So this is the example of creating a product, but you can select any example from here. For example, we are creating the product along with the media. So let's copy this query and paste that query over here. In this query, they are passing some variables. So we need to copy the variables as well from the documentation. So these are the input variables. Let's copy them and paste that over here. So in the product object, we are passing the title of the product, and in the media array, we are passing two media. One is image and another one is the YouTube video. So it will create the product with this title. Let's create this title and write my name over there as coming from Postman. So this is the product name which is coming from the Postman. So let's try to send this request, and you can see the product is created and we get the response and the media is uploaded. Now if you go back to your store and go to the products, click on the products, and you will see we have a new product, Helmet Nova Fias, coming from the Postman. So in this video, we have learned that how to fetch products and how to create a product. Let's say we would like to delete this product. So how we can do that? Go back to the documentation, and this is the product delete, and copy this query and paste that query over here. So we need the product ID for that. So let's copy the product ID. This one is the product ID. We need to delete this product. So if I paste that the query over here and send request, and I get the response that this product is deleted. So if I reload the page, you will get 404 error. Yes, that product does not exist. And if you go to the products, you will see that product is removed. Okay, so this is how you can make the API calls by using Shopify GraphQL Admin API, and this is how you can create the Shopify access token. I hope this video makes sense to you. Please let me know if you have a question. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.